My name is Bryan Kerns. I teach fire science and math actually here at Dobyns-Bennett High School in Kerns, Tennessee. And I have a unique fire ecology project that started here on campus actually. We're a city school, so it makes us really unique, and it turns a lot of heads when they drive by and there's actually fire on the hillside. And so it's a fire ecology research area in which my students have divided this hillside into 6 burn units. We burn them different times a year, doing different ignition tactics, and then we come back and we study the fire effects. We do fire effects monitoring out here. What really makes this unique is that I get to share this project with about half the school. And so every year I get to reach about 800 students with the idea of good fire and using fire to manage our landscapes and our natural resources. Then they get to come out and watch this hillside burn. And so we're taking a science standard, a biology state standard, and bringing it to life out here. And so when we come out, what really shocks the biology students is that I am just watching as well, because my fire students are actually the ones who actually set this hillside on fire and hold it and keep it in check. Also, my students will answer questions from biology classes. When they ask me a question about why in the world are y'all doing this, then I'll say, hey, Stephen, tell us more about that. And so having students answer those questions and field those questions, having students be experts on something as unique as fire ecology is really cool in high school.
I teach general biology, honors biology, and biology 1A for our special needs students. And this covers our succession standards when we talk about wildfires and when we talk about human impact. And when we were trying to talk to our students about it, they didn't have a real way to connect to it. So when we brought Mr. Kerns in as an expert through his fire science course, he was able to come and talk to our students in the classroom and talk about good fire versus bad fire and the kind of the implications of fire. And then we were able to go out to the field, and he showed them a live burn and all those things, and then we were able to go back in and look at the impacts and then come back a few months later and look at how things have changed and grown. And it's been a valuable on-site source for us. There's a fair amount of students who are unsure of where their path is going to take them. And having an opportunity to show an actual career, something that they can get invested in, a program they can join, kind of helps them find their path a little bit more solidly and opens up opportunities they didn't know existed before.
First time I saw any sort of fire with Dobyns-Bennett, I was in my engineering class, and my teacher had heard that Mr. Kerns was burning the hillside. As I walked out there, he was standing there and explaining, what fire does, how it helps, and what the benefits of it are. And I watched him burn that hillside, and it really just sparked a love for fire inside of me. And when it came time to make my senior schedule, I just knew I had to have his intro to fire class. I got to burn the hillside because I was on his prescribed fire team. And through that, I got experience, and I've actually gotten to do much larger burns and more exciting burns. And from that, I've fallen in love, and it's actually helped me to figure out my career path, thanks to Kerns and his prescribed fire team.
Every time we burn this, we treat it like it's 1,000 acres. So everything that a U.S. Forest Service would do on a 1,000-acre burn, we do on this little 1/10 of an acre. So my students write the burn plan, they create and strategize on ignitions and holding. They formulate a plan of what are we doing this for and what are we trying to study. And then we come back and study that after a couple months after when things start to green up. And the cool thing is once they do this, then we get to actually go out and work with other agencies and do those big 100-acre burns. So my students feel pretty empowered because they were the burn boss here, and then they get to transfer this knowledge and learning out into a bigger scenario with agencies, with biologists, with fire ecologists, with fire management officers in different agencies. And to transfer this and to actually get out with big agencies is, we're probably the only high school in America that is doing that.